What's going on, everyone? Evolution Trainer here, and today it's going to be a little bit of a different video. It's not going to be Pokemon this time. It's actually going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm going to show you the Structure Deck. I've been a huge fan of Crystal Beasts ever since they were released in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX era. So to see them finally come back and be basically sort of like, in a sense, like competitive and have different types of playstyles when it comes to control and everything, I just had to pick this up and get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So, actually in this video, I'm basically going to be opening up the structure deck for you guys, showing you what is inside. And then I'm actually going to have another video where I'm going to combine 3 of them together and have a little bit of a deck profile for you guys. So anyway, enough of that. Let's actually get on with the video. Hello guys, Evolution Trainer here to interrupt the video for just one moment. If you guys like the video, please leave a like, and also to please subscribe. It really will help support the channel. But anyway, let's get on with the rest of the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to open up the box now, show you guys the paper mat that comes in these structure decks. I still remember from when I used to play, which was a while ago. But, alright, so gonna get that out. Alright, so I'm gonna put the box to the side here. We got the nice, lovely mat, which I think displays the Ultimate Crystal Beast Dragon, which is an insane card, by the way. But look at that. You know what? Actually, let me lean that like that. I know it's gonna fold in, but so that way it's not just Pokemon in the background, you know, when it comes to this. But here's the structure deck. Rainbow Dragon right in front. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright. So I'm just going to quickly open this. And we're going to get to showing off all the cards that come into this deck. Basically. Okay. It's been so long since I've opened up a structure deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! No less. It's just kind of crazy that it's new cards mixed with old. It's a little bit of nostalgia here, but alright, look at that. Alright, so first we have Rainbow Dragon. Everyone knows this. Once you have the 7 crystal beasts with different names, you can just special summon it right from your hand. Now, one of the newer cards, Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. It is an insane card. When I looked at the effects and I made the deck myself on like an online program, it basically, to summon it, is you need 1 Ultimate Crystal Monster and 7 Crystal Beast Monsters. So you basically special summon it from your extra deck by banishing the material from your field or graveyard. And also to, it's when you have 7 Crystal Beasts with different names that are banished, it gains 7,000 attack. So this card literally becomes 11,000 attack power. And even after that, it has another effect, which is a quick effect, which is actually phenomenal, is that you can tribute this card and then send all the cards on the field into the decks, and then just special summon any number of banished Crystal Beast monsters. So this is like an OTK potential card, which is really, really crazy. Like, it's just insane. Next, we have Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. Obviously, everyone knows this card already. But it basically, you know, it just, you can banish this card, special summon a Crystal Beast monster, effects are negated, you get a Rainbow Dragon into your hand, and I think it's also that when your Crystal Beast monster attacks, you know, you get to just basically special summon this card, so it's crazy. It's a 3k beater, you know. Now, one of the other newer spell cards, Rainbow Bridge of the Heart, which is one of your staples in this deck. It gives you an extra normal summon, which is crazy for a Crystal Beast deck. And then it's basically you can destroy a Crystal Beast card that I control or in the hand and add a Crystal Spell Trap from the deck to your hand. Then also too, if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap zone, even during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return both that card and this card to the hand. So that's where the control comes into play, basically, for this card at least, which is crazy. Crystal Bond. Obviously, this was a very hard card to get when I used to play. It was like crazy. It was like $40 at the time. And now it's just, here it is in the structure deck. Basically just adding a Crystal Beast monster from your deck to your hand, and then just putting a Crystal Beast card literally onto the field. So it's crazy. Then we have Rainbow Over Dragon, which is just 7 Crystal Beasts. It's basically you tribute, you either fusion summon, or you could actually tribute an ultimate crystal, which would be the Rainbow Dragon, and then you just special summon it, and then you could tribute the card. I think it's another quick effect. You tribute it, and then shuffle all the cards on the field into the deck, so it's like basically just a reset. And now we have the tokens, which is one card I kind of want to get graded just because I think it'll look nice in a slab. But here's one token, and then here's another one with Ruby Carnbuckle. This is great. I love this. It's crazy. Speaking of Ruby Carnbuckle, here we go. Basically, when it's special summoned, you can special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from the spell and trap zone, which is crazy. Here we have Amethyst Cat, which lets you attack directly for half of its attack. Emerald Tortoise, which is I think it's like you target a monster you control that is attacked this turn, change that target to defense position. Oh, that attacked this turn, basically. Which is not really, it's just really there for just the fodder, basically. This one is to gain 400 attack when it attacks. This one is when another Crystal Beast monster you control is targeted for an attack. You can change it to this one. Cobalt Eagle lets you target a Crystal Beast card you control, place it on top of the deck. You're not really using most of these cards' effects, except for this one, and obviously Ruby Carnbuckle. But basically, this one is your sort of one of the bread and butters of the deck, which is crazy. But it's basically you summon it and you can place a Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and it can be used multiple times in a turn. It's not a once per turn thing, which is really crazy. We have Rainbow Dark Dragon, which is basically not really going to be used in the deck anyway, but it's just crazy to have. Crystal Master is another great card. Basically, your opponent cannot target ultimate crystal monsters or Crystal Beast cards with card effects when it's in the Pendulum Zone. Or when it's actually in the Monster Zone, you can actually tribute this card and add an ultimate crystal monster, Crystal Beast monster, or crystal spell and trap from your deck to your hand. So it's a good extender, basically. This one, Crystal Keep, sort of like, I think this one is the more so-so one compared to Crystal Master. But pretty good. This one is great, especially if you're going to be trying to do sort of more control. When you're just building the 3 structure decks together, obviously when it's a more competitive deck, I don't really see it being used much, but basically, if you have 3 Face of Continuous spells, you send them to the graveyard, and you just special summon this card. It's a 4K Beast Stick, or better yet, you put it into defense mode, and this is the only card that can be targeted for an attack. So that's actually crazy right here. Now, some cards that were reprinted that I knew were kind of crazy to have, but Dimension Shifter, it's such a crazy reprint. If you have no cards in your graveyard, you just send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Until the end of the next turn, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So, this is why it's crazy. It's a control card for against your opponent. You got to use it, obviously, willingly. Contact Seed, pretty good, but it's like, you know what? It's not really going to be used for the deck. Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. Now, this is a reprint here. I know it's been printed in a structure deck before, I'm pretty sure, but still, just see it again is crazy. Basically, stops your opponent for at least one effect that would add cards to their hand, or special summon from the deck, or send the card from the deck to the graveyard. I'm sure everyone knows that card. Ghost Spell in Haunted Mansion, another good reprint. This is another one. Discard the card, negate the activation. Add cards from the graveyard to the hand, deck, or in our extra deck. Special summon a monster from the graveyard and banish a card from the graveyard. Just simple. There you go. Now, Awakening of the Crystal Beast. Now, here's where the magic cards come into play. Awakening of the Crystal Beast is another, I think, 3 of the deck, in my opinion. It's just reveal an ultimate crystal, which would be your Rainbow Dragon. You would activate one of the effects, which would take a Rainbow Bridge or a Rainbow Refraction from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Obviously, you're going to add it to your hand most of the time. Or special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Or spell and trap zone. Just a simple extender, basically. Crystal Aegis, another good card. You target a Crystal Beast monster you control, destroy it, and special summon a Crystal Beast token, which would help when you extend the deck even further. It would help with going into like XYZ, Xyz monsters or Link monsters, basically. But it's still good in general because even then, if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spawn trap zone, you can actually banish this card and special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your spell trap zone. So you could essentially say use Sapphire Pegasus, get the effect down, play this, destroy it, gain the token, and then after that, say use, for example, Crystal Beacon, because you have 2 Crystal Beasts, then you use this, get back to Sapphire Pegasus, use the effect again. Ancient City Rim of Ruins, everyone should know this card by now. The effect goes by how many cards you would have in your spawn trap zone when it comes to Crystal Beasts. Rainbow Bridge, which is a fantastic card to have. It just adds a crystal spell and trap from your deck to your hand. No restrictions. So you can use it. If you have, they say 3 in your hand, you can use all 3 in one turn. So it's great. Crystal Beacon. This one is fantastic too, especially when using certain strategies, which I think I would show once I do the deck profile. But basically, you special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but you must have 2 Crystal Beast cards in your spawn trap zone. Crystal Blessing, which is target 2 Crystal Beast monsters in your graveyard and place them face up in your spawn trap zone. This was good like more back in the day, and like now it's like kind of a little bit different usually. Crystal Abundance, an OTK, a helpful OTK card back in the day, which would be send 4 Crystal Beast cards from your spawn trap to the graveyard, send as many cards on the field as possible to the grave, then special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your graveyard up to the number of cards sent from your opponent's field to the graveyard. This is pretty good. Crystal Promise, you target a Crystal Beast card when you spawn trap zone and special summon it. Crystal Tree, this is a good card, not so much now, but back in the time it sort of was when it was first created for Crystal Beasts. But it's basically each time a Crystal Beast monster is placed, you will place a crystal counter on this card, and then you send it to the graveyard and take a number of Crystal Beast monsters from your deck and basically just put them into the spell and trap zone. Crystal Release, just an equip card, gain 800, and then it just helps with replacing, but you don't really going to use this more. This is good draw power, especially if you're going to go for a budget, because of how fast this deck works now compared to back then. It's just, if you have 2 or more Crystal Beasts, your opponent chooses 1 to send to the graveyard, like from your spawn trap zone, and you draw 2 cards. It's basically a free pot of greed in this deck at this point. Rainbow Refraction. It's basically, it's used for Rainbow Dragon, but at the same time, it's like a so-so card in certain ways. It has to be in certain situations. Advanced Dark. This would be used for Rainbow Dark Dragon. Basically makes all your Crystal Beast monsters on the field and graveyard dark, basically, so then it helps you with Rainbow Dark. Melody of Awakening Dragon is a good card. You discard a card and add to 2 dragon monsters from your deck to your hand. This is more used for like Blue Eyes and stuff like that, not really used for this. Foolish Burial Goods is great because of some crystal cards now that you have, like the Magic and Traps, activate in the graveyard. So this actually helps with putting them into the grave and using their effects. Cosmic Cyclone destroys spell or trap. Now, Crystal Boon is another newer card. You special summon up to 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your spawn trap zone. If you do, gain life points equal to their original attack. If a Crystal Beast card is placed in the spawn trap zone while this is in the graveyard, see, now this is where the graveyard effects come in. Even during the banish step, you can banish this card and excavate the top card. If it's a Crystal Beast, you add it to your hand or special summon it. So, pretty good. Crystal Mirage, this is great. It's literally a negation card. When a spell and trap or monster effect is activated, you destroy one of your Crystal Beast cards, which you're going to always have on your field. You basically would negate that card. So it's like it's basically a free Solemn Judgment in the deck. This would be like a 3 of, in a sense, depending, or maybe a 2 of. And then now if it's in, now if this card is in the graveyard, here's the thing. If a Crystal Beast is placed into your spawn trap zone, you can banish this card, place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, face up into your spawn trap zone, so it helps you get your material more. Crystal Brilliance. You know, not really going to be used much, but it's if you control, you can only control one Crystal Brilliance, so you can only control one at a time. Each Crystal Beast monster gains attack equal to its defense. Okay, you know. You can send it to the graveyard, special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your hand or deck. Also, damage is halved, so it's like so. Crystal Pair, you know, like these are some cards that like with all the other cards that you have in this deck now, some of these cards are very like kind of like you don't really need them, you know. Crystal Conclave is good for control, especially with this one. Once per turn, if a face of Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your deck. But you can also send this card from the field to the graveyard, and then target a Crystal Beast card and one card on the field and return them to the hand. So this is used for control. Ultimate Crystal Magic. This is great, especially because of the fact that what you would do is when a Crystal Beast monster is destroyed, send 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names from your hand, deck, and or face up on the field to the grave, and just special summon a Rainbow Dragon. It's like, here it is, Fusion from the extra deck, which is actually really, really crazy. I think it's like if the card leaves the field because of a card effect, you banish this card from the graveyard, place the Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard, face up into the spell and trap zone. Counter Gem, okay. It's just really just playing, placing cards into the field, but they get destroyed at the end phase. Ferret Flames. I think this was like a pretty good card. But if the combined attack of all face-up cards your opponent controls is higher than your life points, make your opponent shuffle face-up monsters they control into the deck, except monsters with 0 attack. So that combined attack equal less than or equal to your life points. And then Metaverse, it just gives you access to your field spell. And then I think after that, the last card is just another token, which is a Crystal Beast token. And then the other promotion for Master Duel. But anyway, that was a structure deck. Here it is. I just have to display this at least because it has all the Crystal Beasts. But I'm actually very excited to fully put this together with the 3 structure decks that I have. So once that is put together, I'm going to have a Crystal Beast deck profile with the 3 structure decks up very soon, which will probably be a day after this is uploaded. So I hope you guys look forward to that. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the Yu-Gi-Oh video. I know it's a little bit different, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.